والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله على آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. We've been actually talking about one of the jobs of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is one of the التزكية, the purification, التزكية, one of the jobs of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Allah has sent him to do and to command us to do. ويزكيهم. We mentioned the meaning of tazkiyah is what? Purification and growth, right? So we need to, when we study this part of knowledge, to understand its significance, right? And to know it is not something insignificant. It is something actually serious, and we have to take it seriously, because all of the ibadat will be dependent on that. All of the ibadat, the qabul, the acceptance of the ibadat will be contingent on our heart. That's why he said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he pointed to his chest, قال التقوى ها هنا, التقوى ها هنا, the righteousness, the piety is here. وأشار إلى صدره, and he pointed out to his chest sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And the taqwa is the goal of fasting, so لعلكم تتقون, so that you may achieve taqwa. So it's actually so connected to the heart, to the tazkiyah, to the purification. And we mentioned many practical steps for us to purify ourselves, right? We mentioned al-ikhlas, the sincerity. We mentioned the do's and don'ts, to care about what Allah has commanded and what Allah has prohibited, and to also seek knowledge, right? And to what else? To have a good friend, a good company, and accountability, right? And muhasabah. And then we mentioned truthfulness, yes. And we said truthfulness has two types. It's of two types. الصدق في الأقوال والأعمال, right? Statement, never lie, and never allow anybody to lie before you, right? In front of you, never, right? And never share lies. By the way, this is also one thing here. Never share lies. Nowadays it's very easy. You know, there's a hadith, very scary hadith. One of the signs of the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said the day will come and a person will lie, and his lie will go to the horizon. Can you imagine these kind of things?
Twitter.
Can you imagine that? To have, how he said that, when there was no means for them to share like that very quickly. Nowadays people just post and share it. It goes everywhere. Subhanallah. He said تبلغ الآفاق. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna go viral. Subhanallah. So also make sure that you don't share anything which is not, true, something which you're doubting. Don't share. Even sometimes we are not certain, right? What he said, كفى بالمرء كذبا أن يحدث بكل ما سمع. It's enough for a person to be a liar, right? When he does what? When he shares everything he listens. Means without verification. Without also verification, this is a lie. Subhanallah, right? And we say the sidq fil aqwal a'mal. A'mal means what? Actions. And we give an example. If somebody wants to go to Saudi Arabia, to go to Mecca or Medina, right? And he is, booking a ticket to somewhere else, another destination. Or doesn't even care to book a ticket. And you ask him, you say, I want to go to Saudi Arabia, right? I want to go to make Umrah or to make Hajj. And he doesn't even seek any means. Now we say you are not a truthful person. Not because he said something lie, but because he didn't seek the means, the proper means, right? And the required means to do what he intended or what he wanted to do. That's why they say if you don't strive for what you want, that means what you want is not significant. You don't care. You're not actually real, a real seeker. So this one of the things. Today, we'll add one more thing. Who is the most one in the world who achieved the tazkiyah, purification? Can you just mention any name? Somebody who was able to achieve this kind of purification and to, purify his soul. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I was expecting somebody to say a Hindu name or somebody. Subhanallah. People, once we mentioned purification of souls, yoga, right? And these kind of things. And people actually, their minds go somewhere else. No, Muhammad. That's why we're here to follow his way, how he purified himself. So is to follow the sunnah of Muhammad. Once you follow the sunnah of Muhammad, your soul will be purified. Everyday sunnah like what? Like everyday activities, right? Even when you go to the bathroom, say Bismillah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika wal khubuthi wal khaba'ith. When you come out, when you step out, you say Ghufranak. This is tazkiyah, purification, right? So when you actually go to the masjid, say Bismillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah, Allahumma aghfir li dhanbi wa aftah li abwaaba rahmatik. When you go out, say Bismillah, Allahumma nas'aluka min fadlik, tazkiyah, and so on and so forth. All of the adhkar that you say after salah, or to avoid invasion and this and that, tazkiyah. Tazkiyah is not to go to the mawlid, no mawlid, right? Mawlid al-Nabi, and people just want to celebrate the mawlid, they want to do that and celebrate. This is not tazkiyah. And tazkiyah is to follow the sunnah. I'm going to end by this story. One day, a man in Iraq, it happened, to read the story. In Iraq, they found him standing in a sunny day, under the rays of the sun, sunny day. And he was wearing, subhanallah, wet or even soaked, very coarse material, right? Very coarse on the body. And it was even wet. And he was wearing that. And he was standing, not sitting, under the sun, like that. So they asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm purifying myself. قالوا أنت تعذب نفسك. You're punishing yourself. You're torturing yourself. You right? Tazkiyah is not to actually give yourself a hard time. It's not to stand under the sun, the rays of the sun, and subhanallah, not to sit down and to wear very coarse, very bad clothes, right? Claiming that you are purifying yourself. This is not tazkiyah. This is ta'zeeb. This is a torture, right? And Allah doesn't want that. Right? You might wear the most expensive clothes. You might wear the finest clothes, right? And the best clothes, and you are, mashallah, purifying yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with you just staying away from the dunya and this and that. As long as you do it by halal, by the right means, you take what Allah has permitted and you stay away from what Allah has prohibited. You can be the wealthiest person in the world. You can be the what do you call? Yes, the one who has more than others. But you have to scale still because you care about what you get, what you earn. We ask Allah to purify our souls and to make us from those who follow the footsteps of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanaka wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.